Okay, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and teachers and fellow classmates, this call is being recorded right now. I think we've got 7:01. I believe we can get started right now. First off, I really appreciate you all taking the time to get on this call tonight. Let me just set up the share component here again and give you an idea what's going on here. I didn't expect to be going through this part of the website here tonight, but we can do it anyhow. Tell you a little bit about what's going on. So I'm going to tell you the story here from my perspective, if I may. All right, this is just uh, the picture that I saw. So I have a really great friend out there in the industry. His name's Joel Terry, and he's at a beautiful Montreal, Canada. And 25 years ago, 25, I'd say, yeah, 25 years ago, Joel made a move to head down to the United States down there in Texas and set up camp. He had a big office in Montreal, but they were not able to provide the services they needed on the Canadian side of the border in order for him to run a big server company. So anyhow, he moved to Texas and in 25 years ago, pick a date on that, the 1990s, late 1990s, and he started his own company down there, and he's got an incredible facility. And this is what I love about this business opportunity. Just kind of a no hype, no smoke and mirrors call tonight. I'm just going to jam with you like a fireside chat. So here's what I love about this business opportunity. First of all, Joel owns the program. All right, this business opportunity is totally Joel's and his wife's, and he's got an incredible facility down in Texas. You can go check it out. He can entertain people down there. Beautiful office. He's hosting multiple servers down there. He's got a Gold's Gym in the upstairs. If you've ever seen Joel, you'll understand why he looks so good, looks so big. He's got a Gold's Gym in his facility. He's got probably $1 million worth of equipment in the office, which is pretty phenomenal. Anyone that's down that way is more than welcome to go down there and visit and have a great time. But, one of the things I love about Joel as a company owner is he's proactive. And this is really important to every single one of us because, there's a 25-year history here. There's a 25-year history. And you're looking at a company that's done about $300 million in business, running it through, the corporate accounts and, being able to pay out commissions over the years. Joel has basically run multiple MLM programs, affiliate concepts, and he still does. And that's the beautiful thing about it is you don't have to see anything evaporate. So it's not like, hey, let's get started and let's quit. And, the company got flushed down the toilet, that type of thing. You've got a real opportunity to make money here. And I'm really excited about it. What I'm excited about with this particular package that Joel has introduced to us, number one, I've been bugging him for 2 years to come up with a 2x12 matrix. I kept begging him. I said, Joel, let's do a 2x12, do a 2x12 or a 2x10, whatever it is. And he's always been running with binaries, but he was kind enough to put this together. Surprised me just a few weeks back, put this together. And what I really love about this particular product, and this is really important from a marketing point of view, this will give you a little bit of edge in your marketing, is that this is a utility product. And I've always told people, anyone that's ever been smart enough to listen to me, I've been doing this stuff for 48 years. This is not my first rodeo. Anyone that's ever been smart enough to listen to me would tap into utility products. Why utility products? Because you need your internet, you need your cell phone, you need your utilities coming into your house, your gas, your electricity, your water. You need gasoline going into your cars. Well, the network marketing industry needs tools. And anyone that knows anything about network marketing understands that the money is in the mailing. The money is in the mailing. Anyone that that's making big money, they might not talk about it, but those that are making really big money, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, and they get into these incomes pretty quick, they are mailing lists. All right. So Joel has had these servers going. He's had SendShark up and running for a number of years. That's an auto-responding component to his business. And the beautiful thing that I love about the auto-responding component, which is listed here as part of the product line, is it's a utility product. It's a utility product that you must have, I must have, in order to get serious. Marketers that really aren't running autoresponders, they're not quite at that level yet. They still have a little, a few fine-tuning principles to go through. And basically, to get into an autoresponder, that means you are marketing to a list. You can basically empower, communicate to tens of thousands of people. And the reason why I say that's a utility product is because one of the biggest things about network marketing, you can do this in health and nutritional programs very easily. You can get in a company, enjoy the product, but you can quit the product and walk away from it and join another MLM, another health and nutritional company, and blah, 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 blah. Here it's a little bit more difficult because when you have an autoresponder up and running, You know, the interesting thing about the autoresponder is it has your list. And therefore, most people will pay the money to keep that autoresponder going. And if you take a look at Get Response or any of the other autoresponding companies out there, they're very expensive. All right, they're not cheap. And here, for next to nothing, I call it next to nothing. I'll show you the strategy here. For next to nothing, you can have an autoresponder that'll go toe to toe with them and basically give you a little bit more volume for a fraction of the price. I've got friends that are on Get Response. What's the other one? I just can't think offhand. I'm sorry. You all know what it is, but their costs are over $100 a month to run these. All right. And here we've got a business opportunity. We've got the opportunity to use it. We have the opportunity to make a very sophisticated lifestyle income here with this particular project. And I think that's pretty exciting. The other component that we have here in this business, I'll kind of scroll down a little bit and take you through it. I haven't really gone through all this. We'll have a PowerPoint presentation in the near future, but I just want to explain this to you, okay? There's money to be made here, the products we made there, and there's your cost right there. Let's get the cost out of the way. Let's just sit back, relax, enjoy, have a cup of soup or whatever it is you're doing right now. This is the business opportunity in a nutshell. When I got started in this industry in 1978, when I got started in this industry in 1978, it cost me $400 to get started, and we were pushing about $600, $800 a month in auto ship just to maintain, sustain products. We were garage front end loaded. We were always running around delivering products to people. The network marketing industry was different back then. Here, you can get started for $30 really simply. That's cheaper than going to McDonald's for two people. And the beautiful thing I love about that $30, just in case you run into people that say, well, I don't have $30. They do have $30, but they haven't been creative enough to really think their way through the process. The really cool thing about the $30 is this. There's no money out of pocket. I just want to explain this to you. No money out of pocket. Why do I say that? You throw it on a credit card. The credit card company gives you a loan for 30 days. Do what some of us have done here. The word leaked last week that Joel was releasing this product. Some of us got in. Some of us made Joel, forgive me for this, but I don't care. Some of us made over $900 our first day in the business. Some made 200, some made 75, some made 126, some made 230. It really doesn't matter. People were in positive cash flow before they ever received an invoice from the credit card company. That's how you get in through a credit card company. So what you do is you master the art and science of leverage a credit card, not to go into debt, but a credit card to create wealth. Okay? And how do you do it? You just roll up your sleeves and you go to work here, and we'll talk about that here tonight. So the really cool thing here is that this 2x12 matrix that I've been bugging Joel to put together for 2 years, and he finally caved in. Thank you, Joel, for doing that. If you're out there, I really appreciate that. He built some fast starts right at the beginning. You can come out of the gate here when you enroll somebody because it's $30. And I want to make this perfectly clear to you. Here's another dimension that most people aren't seeing from a marketing point of view when you're kind of getting into a rebuttal with somebody or you're kind of overcoming their objections. There's other companies out there that are kind of similar like this. They don't have the money. They don't have an infrastructure. They're running their companies. Some of them are running their companies from a third bedroom in a house, and they're charging an admin fee because they need to pay their mortgage and they have to put their kids through school. Here, Joel didn't say, hey, there's an admin fee. Okay? Joel did not ask for an admin fee. It's $30 straight across the board. It's not $30 and, oh, by the way, hit you too, because I want to make a killing before y'all run away. So strategically, Joel was straight across the board, $30, and he's paying a fast start out in the very first month we come in, 20 and 20, and then you'll have the matrix kicking in on the second month. Okay, isn't that pretty cool? So 20 and 20 coming in out of the gate gives you a chance to start building your teams. You got some money coming in. You generate 2 sales, and a 2x you generate 2 sales. You got your $30 back. You got a $10 profit. Give the credit card company back their $30 and put a big smile on your face. And so when somebody asks you how much does it cost to get started, you say no money out of pocket. Is that something you can afford? Yes or no? I haven't paid to get in a program in 28, 29 years. Nothing. No money's ever come out of my bank account. I've always been making copious amounts of money in profit from the credit card from the get-go day one. I'm not the person that gets involved in the business opportunity, just sits there and say, raise my Spillover, raise my Spillover, raise my Spillover. I don't do that. I actually bring people to the business. It's called Ignite, Invite, Expose, and Close. Ignite, Invite, Expose, Close. All right? And it's as simple as that. And I'll get into specifics on that when I show you the blueprint that we can create here to dominate and control And then never again will you have to go back and say, well, I started my 5th business opportunity in the last 4 weeks, or started my 9th business opportunity this year, that type of thing, right? You can literally put a little time, effort, and energy and technique into this that will teach you all the training you will ever need, want, desire to become a 6-figure money earner will be included in this. Not necessarily in the back office, but some of us here, there's some great internet marketers here. Myself, I've done over $100 million in this industry, not in income, but in sales. That I sold $91 million in courses, did really well. So well in the 8-figure club here. So it's been pretty cool. There's going to be a lot of knowledge and education you're going to pick up here along the way. So for $30 as well, leveraging yourself in for no money out of pocket to be able to tap into some of the greatest minds in this industry, one of the greatest owners in this industry right now. You can't even begin to put a price tag on this, honestly. And that's just me coming to the table here, heart on my sleeve, telling you like there's going to be some great things here. So if you ever said to yourself that you're honestly in this industry to help people, and you weren't saying that to manipulate people or cheat people, you really said that in your heart and soul, that you're really here to help people, empower people, give them a better way of life, this is the program to do it. Because Joel's not going anywhere. Company's not going anywhere. I can't say that about a few other matrix programs out there on the internet. All right? And I'm just being honest with you. That's my heart talking right now. Okay? So the 2x12 matrix, if you don't know what a 2x12 matrix is, you've got 12 levels. All right? You've got level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right? You've got 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 120, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, 4096 people. So it starts with you, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. What is it? People say, well, what is that structure? Is it a pyramid structure? No. Well, if you want it to be a pyramid structure, we can argue about that. You go ahead. No, it's a Fortune 500 corporate structure with you being the CEO, and now you start working through your departments. Just like a Fortune 500 company, every department in a Fortune 500 company, people, every department in a Fortune 500, any business, any place of business, the only way people get paid, employees get paid in a company in the real world is through sale generation. All right? Sales must be generated in order to pay the receptionist, in order to pay the janitor, in order to pay the supervisor. There is a fleet of people out there selling, promoting, building, generating cash coming in order to pay the stationary people that have nothing to do with the sales being generated. Indirectly, they do because they're putting great work in from their 9-to-5 jobs, but there is nothing different in a corporate structure than what I'm showing you here right now tonight, okay? Just like employees, everything works exactly the same way. So here you have an opportunity to earn $10 from the second month on, right? You're going to be earning $10. Then you'll be able to earn $4, $8, $16, $32, $64, $128, $256, $512, $1,024, $6,144. And then I can't see that right in front of me. I'm discovering that a little bit. And then $12,288. Now, what I would suggest to every single one of you here, don't set any goals in this company. Don't set a goal. All right. Goal setting is kind of like trying. It means you're not going to achieve it in most cases. That's a little bit of esoteric spiritual teaching there that we'll get into another time. But anyhow, just tell me what it is you want to do. Take a look at the menu here. Where do you want to play at? What level do you want to play at? What's going to put a smile on your face? What's going to make your family happy? What's going to be sufficient income for you to feel really good about being on the internet and putting a lot of time sitting on Facebook every day? This is the way to get paid for being on Facebook every single day. Isn't that cool? And you get to build your business. Okay. The really cool thing is, number one, we have the autoresponders. Number two, take a look at the beautiful face in the bottom right corner. You know who that is? In the bottom right corner with the gorgeous hair and the nice smile and the beautiful teeth. That's Joel's beautiful wife. Okay. And we have an AI bot. You can call it a bot, call it whatever you want. We're using AI components to build this business and what they've got. And you can test it out when you get off this call. I'm not going to be doing a demo here on this call because my computer's acting funny tonight. But you can go click on that beautiful face and you can go have a conversation and hear how this business flows, how this business can help support any cause that you're thinking about in building this business and developing an income. So basically what you have is your own virtual AI assistant helping you build the business accordingly. So if you're in transport, you're sleeping, you're just not online, people come to your website, have no fear. Joel's wife is here. All right. She'll take care of the business for you in a fun, loving way and be able to help close deals. The bot's been programmed with all kinds of information to handle rebuttals, to handle the comp plan, to handle the product explanation, to handle everything. And I'm going to go through it a little bit later tonight. It's going to be fun. All right. The other really cool thing that I love about this business opportunity is they're kind of using a system where we get to co-op together. We get to work as marketing partners. Did you hear what I said? We are marketing partners together in friendship and spirit. What do I mean by marketing partners? Well, it's better than saying, well, I'm just a distributor, I've got a sponsor, and I'm a distributor. You're not a distributor, you're a marketing partner. And we're co-oping together. Your success is my success is your success. We're uniting, we're developing a culture of friendship in spirit as well. All right, so the beautiful thing about this, as people you introduce to the business are building the business, using the capture pages. All right, they're using the capture pages. So I'll give an example. All right, just stay with me here. Focus on what I'm going to say right here, right now. I'm going to do everything in my power to say this as simple as possible. So you introduce me. You're like the amazing, kind-hearted person that introduces me to this business. And I get excited about it. And the light goes on and I see the vision and I'm tired of jumping from program to program. And I want a company owner that's here for the long haul. And I want a business opportunity that's not bleeding people of money. And I want a business opportunity that will pay me, and they pay every Friday, and they pay every month, and they pay every Friday, and they pay every month, and they pay every Friday. That's pretty cool. My family's going to be pretty happy with that. But we together, how are we helping each other? I'll share with you one particular dynamic, how I get to help you and you get to help me. You invite me to the business. Light goes on. I say, oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. I want in. I'm smart. I think I'm a smart guy. Anybody who's smart, claims to be smart will be in this business opportunity. Anyone that's not smart won't be in this business opportunity. They haven't figured it out yet, because this is a license to print money. This is a gold mine. When you figure it out, it just takes a little bit of takes another 20 seconds. You'll figure it out. But the really cool thing is you brought me into the business, and so I've got a system outside of this that I use to generate traffic to the tune of like 125,000 hits a day. I can get 125,000 hits a day to a website, and so I'm going to go to work. And I'm going to be getting opt-ins to my opt-in page. And here's the really cool thing. And I hope you see this in a positive light. Here's the really cool thing. You ready for this? My opt-ins that come into my opt-in page, not only do I get them in my, genealogy, my lead genealogy, I go in the back office, see all my leads. I got 146 leads, but you're going to get them too. Why? Because we're friends. Why? Because friends help friends. Why? Because now we have 2 campaigns hitting them. So it's like whatever I do in the form of generating leads, because you are the person, the sponsor that brought me into the business, you're going to get a duplicated set. And not only from me, but let's say you sponsor Val, which is me, and I've got 146 leads today. You get those same 146 leads. I go and I bring Matt into the program, and Matt goes out and he generates 389 leads. Well, Matt gets his 389 leads and Val gets 389 leads, and you get 389 leads too. And what that does is it helps compensate for the fact that not everybody's a strong marketer. So some of the people in the downline could be literally helping you, empowering and strengthening you. Maybe if you're not the strongest marketer in the world, and somebody will say, well, that's not fair. Well, yes, it is, because the good book says you got to give in order to receive. But why is it also fair that it's not fair? It's fair because it's a matrix. It's a 2-by. And so it doesn't matter if Matt goes out and, gets 389 leads today. Let's say he closes 47 of them. Matt can't put them in his 2 position. They got to drop down. So together we're building the matrix out. We're encouraging, and Matt will benefit, I'll benefit, and you'll benefit, all from the same leads, even though 3 of us, 3 tiers, excuse me, have these leads. Water comes in handy when you got a sore throat. So anyhow, we have the opportunity to make a very sophisticated income. You look at those numbers and you decide how that and where that fits in with your life. If you come in on an annual membership, and I'm not going to get into the details on this, I do apologize. I don't want to spend my time talking about this tonight. I'm not going to answer any questions in regards to this tonight. But if you come in on an annual membership, that means you have the opportunity to immediately start getting two tiers of lead generation, utilizing the autoresponders and the capture pages. And you also get 11 and 12, level 11 and 12 automatically opens for you, because you can see the color code there, automatically opens for you when you buy the annual. Well, Val, yes. What if I don't buy the annual and I still, I'm working at $30 a pop here? How do I get 11 and 12? Sponsor 2 people in the program, sponsor 2 people in the business, and 11 and 12 will open up for you. All right. And I sure hope I have that correct. But I believe I do. All right. So it could be fun, could be exciting. And it works, man. Like this works. This is really a tool that you can utilize to build everything and anything you want out there. Maybe you've got some passions out there. And the beautiful thing is now that AI is in vogue right now, you can jump into Chat GPT or Claude or Gemini or, Gork, I think it is, or Gronk or something. Sorry, I can't think of all the names. There's so many. And you can literally go in there and throw some prompts in there, create some subject lines, create some fabulous content. The beautiful thing about this, and the timing couldn't be any better right now, I come from a Christian background. I come from a Pentecostal Christian background, not to promote religion, because I'm not here to promote religion. But I had a challenge with AI when it first came out. I really, really did. I've got these belief systems. I've been a part of a massive congregation. I played Jesus in the plays. I taught Sunday school, and all the things that we were pumped in the head is, a lot of interesting information. And so for me, I'm just telling you my personal testimony here. It was very difficult for me to transition over to accepting AI. And I believe it has positives and I believe it has negatives. Can be, just to be honest with you, from my perspective, maybe not yours. I have a right to share that with you. And I really believe if it's used correctly, we can enhance, humanity. We can make the world a better place for people as long as we're using it, in a beneficial way that's positive and not destructive for anybody. So don't be afraid of Chat GPT. Go in there, create any content you want, create any auto-responding letters you want, subject lines, anything you want. That's really cool. All right. All right. So, you can go to the website, whoever put you on this call tonight, you can go to the website, you can go check it out, enjoy it. There's a lot of great things, frequently asked questions. I just don't want to spend a whole lot of time going through the dynamics. You've got a lot of questions, I'm sure. And I would rather corporate answer those questions just in case I'm off by 3%, just in case I'm off by 10%. But the beautiful thing here is you have an AI recruiting system, passive list building system. You can use it for everything and anything you want. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. All right. So what I need to do now that you get to see me here on the screen, I think I'm going to pull up something else. I want to talk to you about building a big business. And when I start sharing this information with you, I don't want any of you to get off the call and say, well, that guy was an egotistical maniac, because I'm going to share with you some things that are very few people in the world have ever done. I'm not an egotistical maniac. I'm here to help you. I just want to show you some things. All right. I think this is really important. So I'm going to show you a concept. This is really why I wanted Joel to create the 2x12 matrix, create a phenomenal utility product, give us all the benefits of capitalizing and building a big business in MLM. I don't want to, be banging another company in your face 6 months from now in regards to MLM. I really, really don't. I'd love to say that we've been here for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and Joel's paying us all a boatload of money, constructively and professionally, and we're all pretty happy, right? You are going to go through momentum. You are going to go through something called momentum, and then sometimes things taper off in the industry. It's just the nature of the beast. And the biggest test of perseverance that you have to have is when momentum shifts. That's when you find out who's great and who's not. All right. We create our own momentum. We keep it going every time. And I believe the system I'm going to share with you right now that I use to put over 3 million people in my downline. Again, I'm not here to boast anything. I'm giving you factual numbers. The biggest numbers we did was 487,000 people in the downline in 72 days. And those things sound really crazy. Can we do it? I don't know. It's totally up to you and me and us together. Again, it's not about me. It's about us working together. And I formulated this blueprint in my head. I've been really thinking a lot about the industry, being in the industry for 48 years and, living a pretty good life and having a lot of things. A lot of people, talk to me about wanting to make money. They talk to me about, hey, I'd love to keep my husband at home or my wife at home, or I'm a single parent and I'd really love to give my kids a better life. I'd love to be able to move to another state, another country, but the money's not there, right? And unfortunately, what happens is, in my personal opinion, and you don't have to agree with anything I say tonight, but in my personal opinion, I believe most of the information that's being taught out there on the internet is absolutely has no relevance to building a business. You've got two types of people out there on the internet. You've got people that are phenomenal recruiters, but what I find is that phenomenal recruiters are not the best business builders. No offense, I love you and everything, and that's not directed to anyone on the call, but this is just my personal experience from knowing this industry inside out like a Harvard scholar. Okay? So I came up with this concept called the MLM experiment, and I shared it with Joel. I said, I really need a matrix to pull this off. I didn't want to do it with a unilevel, didn't want to do it with a binary. I really felt that if we could put this together, we could build together as a team, we could support people that have never had great success, never had, the ability to pick up $1,000 a month in income in network marketing, or $5,000 a month, or $6,000 a month, or whatever it is, right? I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could change that statistic? Excuse me. Now I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay. So here's what I put together. I'm just going to shrink this. All right. So I came up with this concept called the MLM experiment. And this is really important. Everything that I'm going to outline for you, we can put in a PDF file and we can put it in the back office. We can prove, we as an industry, we as a people in this industry can prove so many people wrong. We can prove the duplication model works. Okay, can you build a team of 12,000 people in 12 months? The answer is yes. Objective. All right, you have to have an objective. This is a business plan. All right, a little bit different than what you're used to, because most people don't have a business plan. It's just, hey, get in a company, let's go. All right, demonstrate scalable growth, structure, duplication, live exposure, zero out of pocket. Weekly structure, 4 live Zoom calls per day. What if you had 4 live Zoom calls per day for this particular project? All right, 4 live Zoom calls per day. 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, not Friday. Take Friday off. Well, we could do Friday, right? 15 minutes per call. This is a long call because this is an intro. 15 minutes per call, 5 days a week, 20 live presentations per week. What if you had a group of people that are phenomenal presenters closing the deal on your behalf? You learn to invite people to what we call a sneak preview, not a Zoom call, but we're going to call it a sneak preview. It's a VIP sneak preview. You're going to see something you've never seen before. Okay? Short, frequent calls. We lower the time commitment because people don't like going to Zooms or don't like, getting off Facebook. People hate leaving the playground of Facebook. They feel like they're missing something psychologically at a subconscious level. So that's why Zoom calls really aren't that big as they used to be. So easier to invite, high attendance probability, exposure over education. All right. People want to be exposed to something that's got a lot of excitement, entertainment to it. They don't really want to be educated thoroughly. All right. They want to be entertained. All right. Day one starting point, 2 team leaders. So I'll give you a day one. So let's say Matt and I decided to blow something out. I'm just throwing Matt's name out there tonight. Matt and I decided to blow something out, giving you a hypothetical. He and I start on a Monday. Hey, Matt, put 5 people on a call with me on Monday. See, each invites 5 people. This is how I was able to put 3 million people in network marketing. I didn't sponsor 3 million people, but over the years, I've had over 3 million people. This is exactly how I did it. This is the blueprint. Okay. Matt and I decide that we found the company of choice, preferably this. AI Spillover. Okay. Matt invites 5 people to a call. I put 5 people on a call. Together we do a call, 15, 20-minute call. He's got 5 on there. I got 5 on there. How many's on there? What's 5 plus 5? 10. 10 prospects on call 1. We're going to do call 2 later in the afternoon. Those 10 people, we say, folks, we want you to show your commitment to your success. Here's a business opportunity. No financial risk to you. No financial risk to them. We're going to close all the deals on your behalf. We're going to do all the presentations. You sit back, relax, and place people in the matrix where you want them. Okay? 10 attendees, each inviting 5. We have 50 people on the second call at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's call 2. Invitation loop number 2 to number 3. So now we're doing the third call at 7 o'clock tonight. Hypothetically speaking, 50 attendants, inviting 5 people each. So if we had 50 people inviting 5 people each, how many is that? That's 250 people on the third call. The first day of launch, Monday, 7 o'clock in the evening, it's 250 people. I'm not doing a 3-way call talking to one person. I'm not just doing 3 people. I'm not just on Messenger. I'm not just sitting on Facebook going broke, posting and posting and posting and getting tired of posting, and I'm not getting any contacts, not making any connections. We've got something here that's, generating more excitement. It's called a live wire active pipeline. Okay, so we had 50 attendants there, bringing 250 on the third call. Then we're going to do our last call at 9 o'clock tonight, hypothetically speaking. Invitation from call 3 to call 4. 250 people on that call. Hey, folks, I want you to show your commitment to your success by putting 5 people each on the next call. We'll show you how to do it. We've got all the content that you can create out there. You can go post something out there right now tonight for any of you that want to do this. Go do this tonight. Hey, anyone interested in being a part of an MLM experiment? Going to prove that duplication works. Going to give you a guaranteed income, and you can have 12,000 people in your downline at the end of the year. Is anyone up to discover how this works? That's all I'm going to do with people out there. And oh, by the way, it's $30 a month to be a part of our community, our culture, and we put them into this beautiful program called AI Spillover. All right? You can't do this with just any company because, number one, most people aren't qualified to do this. They don't have the skill set to do it. And you got to find a company owner that's not running a business from their bedroom. You got to find a real legitimate company that is global, worldwide, rocks it out. We can tap into the world with this business opportunity. So anyhow, let's say it was Monday. We did the first call with 10, second call with 50, third call 250, fourth call on Monday with 1,250 prospects. How many people is that? Well, 10, 50, 250, 1,250, it's 1,560 people. And now you're all sitting there and you're telling me, well, 1,560 people are not going to come to the call. Well, you're probably correct. So out of the 1,560 people that were supposed to come to the call, let's say only 100 showed up. Is that fair? I mean, does that suffice? So 1,460 didn't show up to the call and only 100 showed up. And let's say Val Smith was only good enough to close 50 people out of 100. I usually close 9 out of 10. 50 people out of 100 that would get involved in a business opportunity with a guaranteed income, 12,000 people in the downline in a year, and no money out of pocket because they're leveraging on a credit card. This is like handing somebody a winning lottery ticket. They got nothing to lose in the whole world to gain. This alleviates every psychological pain that's going on in their lives and every other home-based business. All right? So 100 show up. Okay? There's the potential exposure, 1,560. But I said, let's eliminate 1,460 of those and let's bring it down to 100. 100 show up. 50% say yes. How's that? Man, I must have a really bad day today if I'm only bringing 50 marketing partners into the business with your help. Weekly growth. We had 50 people come in to the downline. It's a 2-buy. So if everyone was bringing 5, what's a 2-buy? A 2 is 2. A 2-buy is 2. But if everyone committed to bringing 5 in, followed these instructions like an IKEA instruction guide, do not question, do not doubt, do not interject, do not offer an opinion. In French, they say, fermez la bouche, shut the mouth. If we did it like a military operation where one person calls the shots and everyone obeys, and we for our brain from a human brain to a transformer, like to a bot brain, and you program into the bot brain exactly what you need to do. We've got all these calls, sneak previews going on per day, and all you need to do is bring your five, who bring their five, who bring their five. If everyone signed up 5 people, we'd all be creating massive spillover together. You would see a real rarity happen in the history of network marketing, a complete matrix from left to right, 12 levels deep. You'd all be earning phenomenal money, like phenomenal money that you couldn't even imagine, more than you ever expected to make. And if we had 50 people on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, see that right in front of you, weekly growth projection. This is a real blueprint. It's real. The math doesn't lie. The only problem here are human beings, nothing else, human beings. That's why we go from human brain to bot brain, follow the orders. Quarterback calls the shots in football. The other people on the field do not get a chance to say anything. They follow the play. This is the play that we put in play. You follow this, you get rich. You don't follow this, you're going to be back on the internet feeling down and out about certain things. So 50 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 250 people we put in your matrix this week. Pretty cool, huh? Still not that great. I remember putting in 1,800 people a day, never mind 250 per week. Okay, you ready for this? Monthly growth projection. You will have 1,000 marketing partners per month in your business falling into your matrix. And probably a whole lot more that I'm not talking about, because I created one of the smallest denominators possible. 50 people a day is a joke. What if we were putting 200-300 people a day in? You're gonna blow this up. You're gonna do what I did. 487,000 people in the downline in 72 days or less or more, or whatever. This is how you put 500,000 people in a company. It's called Power of the Mastermind. You delegate, you find who the spokesperson is, the person that's the strongest speaker in the team, like the Billy Graham type of personality. You throw them in, let them do the talking. You all sit back, just invite, post, send a couple videos out there that'll close. Use all the tools. Do a blitz. Do a 180-day blitz on this thing, and all of a sudden, you're not sitting there posting, well, hey everybody, look at me. I made $384. I've been in the business for 2-3 months, and I'm making $384, and you're getting all these like hearts and love hearts, and everyone's supporting you because they feel sorry for you. Now you're going to be posting, hey guys, look at me. I'm no longer making $384 like I was showing you over the last 20 years. I'm now a player in the industry. I'm making $12,877. I'm at $18,542. I'm at $19,764. You're going to be a player in the industry if you give yourself permission to say yes and stop beating yourself up and say no. All right? 1,000 people a month. And then what's 1,000 times 12? That's 12,000 people in your team in 12 months. Well, back in the day before 2015, to put 12,000 people in your business in 22 days was pretty normal for some of us that know how to play the game, never mind sitting around and waiting in the bar for 12 months. I say that sarcastically speaking. So this is what we need to do if you are for real and you really want to make this type of money. And if you've ever said to your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other that one day you're going to make it rich, babe. I'm gonna make a lot of money on the internet. I'm gonna make you proud of me. We're gonna have a great life together. We're getting older. We're at midlife. Midlife's 35, right? It's not 40 or 50. Midlife's 35. You're past midlife, and you say, hey, you know what? I've got to do that bucket list. I got to do it quick. If anyone on this call knows what I mean by a bucket list, and you want to do it quick and you want to do it now, get in this program. We are the team to do it. You're not going to go on another Zoom call and see a presentation like this anywhere in the industry unless it's somebody in this team speaking. All right? So what are we doing here? We are proving everything works as it was supposed to, even from the days gone by in 1978 when I first got started. Why is this an experiment? Because it tests duplication. It tests exposure versus persuasion. You want to sit there on the internet and try to persuade everybody to join your business opportunity? No, let's expose them to a sneak preview. Let's expose them to a utility product that they will stick to like glue. It's harder to leave an autoresponder and your leads behind than walk away from an antioxidant. The data will always determine the outcome, and we'll be banging out short presentations. All right. And then they can go to your website and check it out and go through the details and talk to the beautiful bot on the website that can answer the questions. Don't need me to answer those questions. Let the website do it. It's all there. Just let me be the person that primes the well. Let me be the person that gets them salivating on your behalf. Let me be the person that's a catalyst to get them ready to go, and you collect the money. All right? I love doing this. I do this for a living. I don't do this for a living. And I don't even need to be doing this stuff, you know? Sorry, stop share. I don't even need to be doing this stuff. So it's a beautiful thing what we have going on here. There's lots of money to be made. There's a lot of great people here. I believe in you. I know this in my heart and soul as I'm sitting here on tonight's call. I know I believe in every single one of you more than you believe in yourself. I know that. I know that because I used to be shy, scared, introverted. I would never have my camera on. I would never go to a call back in the 90s and say, hi, my name is Val Smith. I'm from Canada. I would rather be puking in the bathroom. That just got me too scared than to get on a call when nobody even cared about me. But then, you know, we go through breakthroughs in life and things change. And all of a sudden, you know, certain things in life mean a whole lot more than being, you know, focused on feeling weak and vulnerable and I'm too scared and I'm not worthy. And, you know, some of us have a lot of baggage that we carry on from past relationships and childhood that holds us back from getting to where it is we want to go, right? So this is going to be your financial freedom. This is going to be your launch pad. If you've ever said that you are going to find that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, tonight is the night. I want you to circle your calendar. Circle that calendar tonight for real. Take a pen. It's your energy. Circle the calendar, this date, and put your initial in the box. That's your universal spiritual energy. Nobody can take that away from you. You own that. You claim that. And let's build this together. This is your gig. And anyone that says no to this has got another thing coming. Honestly, this is an incredible opportunity. And I want to thank Joel Terrian, his beautiful wife, Eve, Mike in the office, and the whole technical team and everybody for putting this together. And I can't thank them enough, really. This really is an opportunity not only to use marketing tools that Joel can supply, but, you know, for some of us that are on this line, there's some great leaders here, great charismatic evangelical teachers, great technology in the minds here. They can show us some incredible things. We together can build a giant here. But if you all get off this call and disperse and say, nah, it's not for me, and I really don't care what that Val Smith guy has to say, and he doesn't know what he's talking about anyhow, blah, 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 I think I'm going to go back and do this. I don't know what to say. I mean, I do know what to say, but I'm not going to say it on this call, of course, you know that. But we have an opportunity of a lifetime here. And again, be grateful for it. Be grateful for it and take advantage of it. So listen, I love you all in spirit. I'm not going to answer any questions tonight. I know some of you probably want to bombard me with questions. I'm just going to tell you my game plan as a leader here, as a person that got in at the right time. There's no way I could say no to this when Joel contacted me. There's no way I was going to say no to this. I wasn't going to go to Joel and say, hey, dude, I can't afford $30. If I ever go to Joel and tell him I can't afford $30, I want you all to come up to Canada and take me to the vet. You know, the vet knows what to do with me. No, this is an opportunity to help people. This is an opportunity. And for those of you that are leaders on this call and you think you're leaders and you say you're leaders, this is your opportunity to walk the talk and start helping people in this industry that are otherwise going to get off this call and get their teeth kicked in another business opportunity, potentially, if the company's not legit and real and has an infrastructure and everything in place. It's just going to be another 6-week flash in the pan. And honestly, I don't want to hear about that stuff anymore. Those days are gone for me. All right. All right. So I'm not going to answer any questions tonight. Joel will come in, not tonight, but we're going to start Zoom calls next week. I'll start firing them up. You can invite people. Let me do the talking. Let Joel do the talking. Some of you will come in and do the talking. I don't want this to be my show. I want it to be your show, our show, marketing partners together in friendship and spirit. And I really want nothing more than for you to feel proud and prove everybody wrong that ever said anything negative to you as a human being, because you're in the network marketing industry. If anyone's ever put you down because you tried this and you tried that, you had the courage to do things that most people don't have the guts to do. Then be proud of yourself for doing it. Good, bad, ugly. Be proud of yourself for doing it. And it was all a great lesson along the way. Nothing negative. All right. So now you have an opportunity to work with a great owner, great leadership, great company, great product. And they just sent me a whole bunch of money today too. I think thanks, Eve, if you're on the call tonight. She sent me $3,588 today because I withdrew some money. So thank you for that. That was wonderful, and I appreciate it. So let's make some magic happen here. Again, love you all in spirit. God bless. Have an amazing night. And stay tuned. We'll be emailing out everybody. You'll see when all the call schedules are. You can invite people to call and let the leadership here share the message, and you learn how to go to the bank and do the deposits. All right? All right. Keep the dream alive. Love you all. Take care. Bye for now.